So I was working on my Swords of Fury that I'm doing for Straight Down the Middle, and I thought I was done. I honestly thought everything was good to go. I finally got the rest of my LED order in, installed the new LEDs, and it's the first time that I have seen the game entirely lit up, and then I noticed that I had a problem. Now, what I was going to do originally was just order the parts that I needed, replace it, and be done with it. But then I was like, you know what? Let's take this a step a little further and let's do some content for you guys out there on how to go about fixing the problem. But the thing is, I already know what the issue is, and I haven't repaired it yet. But I saw something on their website and I was like, you know what, I'm going to order this and maybe this will be beneficial to me now as well as down the road. And we're going to try it out together to see if it works. And that is a lamp matrix tester. If I get that just right, I'll get some better content footage of that. But it's a lamp matrix LED little board that gives you a readout of what your lamp matrix is doing right there in front of you without having to stare at your playbill to figure out what's going on. So this will give you guys a better visual of what I already know the issue to be. And then we're going to get this board fixed up and then we're going to move on. So let's get started, guys. Just so you know, I realized I didn't hold this board up. I've been looking down a lot, and I realized that you probably didn't know what I was looking down at. I've been looking at the board for Swords of Fury. All right, so let's get it back in the machine. Okay, now that we've got our board back in there, let's open this thing up. And we get two components in here. I got this through Marco, just so you know. Here's our main board that shows our rows and columns that we're going to be connecting to. And here is the provided wire harness. So these two are going to go onto the board, whereas this end is going to go onto this. So let's get a little closer view. All right, we're doing this on a System 11. So this is my columns. Now, according to this right here, my columns are the far region over here, which means, holding it up right here, this one should go to this one, should slide right in there. And then this end would be my rows, and that one should go right in there to that one. That's how that's going to go in there. And my columns will be on this end, so I'll just match up the pins and then slide that into place. And there we go. That board is officially hooked up. So now we can power this on and see what we get. Alright, so looks like, okay, let's go to the lamp test real quick. Alright, we are currently on all lamps. Let me get this camera moved around a little better. That's on all lamps. Now notice how this particular column right here seems to be even brighter than the other ones as well. So let's move over to separate bulbs here. All right, so now we're on single lamps. And as I go through, you're going to notice that instead of just one lamp right here, now we're on 2. This is going to be 3, 4. So as you can see, I'm always getting that column is always going. So this gives you a really good visual in a small little diagram on which ones are going and which ones shouldn't be. So I can go through all of these one at a time, and you can see that that column is always going until finally just that column. But then we're back to having 2 columns again. So right back to the beginning again. So this is column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Column 5. Oh, it even tells you the top right here if I get the camera down enough, and you can see that, yeah, column 5 is shorted. Now, that's when you boot out your trusty dusty, whatever, your manual, and get out your lamp matrix, which is always going to be in the manual somewhere or another, and figure out which transistor controls column 5. Now, we're going to do that using our multimeter as well, but if you look on the manual for this particular game, this system, this is going to be Q58. Q58 is right here. This is the transistor. Hell, you can even see from this camera angle that this one in particular is even much darker than the others. So you've even got a visual sign of an issue. That's kind of funny. So this one right here is our bad apple more than likely. Now, there's always a possibility that up here on these chips and even all the way up to the PIAs, there could be an issue. But the chances are this is the most common issue when dealing with, you know, your switch matrix or your lamp matrix, is your initial transistors right here. So this is more than likely the only problem. Hopefully it is. But I'm just stopping immediately at my first point right here, and that is this one right here. So let's get the board out and fix this transistor. Something I want you to notice right here also is that immediately when I turn the machine on, you can see that there's obviously a short because only that column turns on. So let me turn the machine on. Bam. So now also when I turn the machine off, that is the only column that remains lit till the power subsides and we no longer have anything lit. So that tells me right there that we definitely have an issue with the Q58. All right, now let's say if the visualization of the tester just isn't enough and we want to confirm that in fact that transistor is bad, we'll go through the entire column and row to figure out which one is bad by testing the lugs. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. That one's shorted. We know that the 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth one down is shorted, and the fourth one down is 1, 2, 3, 4. Q58. So that's double confirmation that this bad baby is not good. So let's take this out. Alright, now that we've got all the transistors in there, let's test them to see if they're all the same. All right. All right, so this is the one that was bad. All right. Getting around 600 for all of them. Sweet. All right, let's get it back on the machine, guys. We are hooked back up to the machine, and I'm not just going to hook up the playfield, guys, because what this board is going to be useful for is really determining if the reason for the short on that transistor was due to the playfield, because I'm negating the playfield from the formula right now. So if this transistor shorts when turning on the machine and it still does what it does, then I know it's not the playfield because the playfield isn't connected to it. So then we'd have another issue. So if this works completely with this board, but then I hook the playfield up to it and that column goes out again, then I know I've got a short somewhere on my playfield, which I really hope I don't. So let's turn it on and see what we get. Oh, that looks good. That looks really good. I don't have like a really bright column or anything like that. Nice. All right, let's go to the lamp test and see if we still get the same thing. So that is all lamp test. Every column, every row flashing together. It's beautiful. Let's go to the single lamp test. Yes. It's working the way it's supposed to. Yay! Every lamp is corresponding correctly. All right. We are ready to attach the playfield, guys. And then hopefully it still works good. All right, here we go. There's no balls in it, so. All right. Whereas before, I would know immediately because these two bulbs, like these two bulbs up here, and as well as up there, would be always on. And there we go, guys. I believe this machine is finally 100% working. Good outro music there. So there you have it. Swords of Fury is now 100% working, and due to a little assistance from this board right here. This device is done by Siegecraft Electronics. They have a number of other different types of devices and different systems that work the same way. So this is between systems 9 and 11 for Williams. They've also got a WPC version, and more than likely even more other items than that. I purchased this off of marcospecialties.com for 25 bucks. I didn't even bother searching around for a better deal. I was already adding plenty of items to my cart, so I decided to do this video for you guys. And I will be using this in the future now that I have it. I've typically just used the playfield to pinpoint any type of, problems with my lamp matrix. But now that I've got this, now I've got a good little testing object between my systems 9 and 11. So I'm glad that I do have this. It was not a waste. And there you go. If you would like to add this little test kit to your toolbox, then by all means, click on the link that I have in the description down below. Now I'm starting to do more content for you new people to the hobby out there, so this is something that I definitely recommend for you new guys, but it's also good for us veterans out there, because like I said, typically we would have to go through our lamp matrix test and use the whole playfield as judgment, whereas we could just focus on a little bitty board like this to deter what our lamp matrix problem is. And this also, like I said, negates 50% of your possible problems with your lamp matrix by negating the playfield. So there you would have it. If everything looks good on this board, but you're having issues with your playfield, then you know at least the problem is on your playfield and you don't have any board problems. So that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it and or learned something, then give me that thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. That way you can be notified of whenever I upload something for your viewing pleasure. And until next time, guys, peace out.